Hey guys, Ted here with the Festival Connection. I've got Aaron Heatbox Heaton here for our first episode. Um, Aaron Heatbox Heaton, he's been making mouse sounds for the last 40 years. He has been getting paid to make mouse sounds for the last 20. Heatbox is a professional beatboxer, loop artist, singer, and voice actor. He makes a living making sounds with his mouse. He's been performing in almost every state in the United States, as well as Canada, Mexico, the Netherlands, Scotland, China, Dubai, Qatar, New Zealand. I mean, the list goes on. What's next? He sold thousands of records. He's also been songwriter, music arranger, audio engineer, video editor, video game designer, computer programmer, game show host. The guy has his parents calling to fix their own computer, you guys. I mean, what does this guy not do? So give it up for Aaron. Welcome to the show, man.
Hooray. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So just give us a little bit of background about yourself, like where you're from, what you've been doing, or like, how you got into music, all that.
Uh, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I was in choirs and stuff a lot, and I was in band, a lot in school, like starting in elementary school. And yeah, I just always my parents always had like a keyboard sitting at the house, or my uncle, played trumpet, my grandpa played the drums. And so my uncle had a home studio too, back in the 80s with a bunch of old computers and stuff, and it was awesome. And I remember going to see that and thinking that was really cool.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Steve Wagner, my uncle Steve Wagner, shout out to Steve Wagner.
Whoop, whoop.
Uh, so that was probably the beginning of all that obsession with computers and
Yeah.
recording my own musical ideas.
No, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, I've just always been a person that made stuff. I just make
Yeah.
stuff all the time. It's my favorite thing. And a lot of it nobody cares about, but sometimes you get a really good banger and everyone's like, "Whoa," and it's great.
No, definitely not. I think people really, really care about it from what I've seen in all the years that I've been watching and following you. So, I mean, I definitely enjoy it. I've had
Hey,
many of
thanks.
many of good times at your shows and all that stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to know, like, when did you actually start singing? Like, when did you realize, like, oh my gosh, like I like have got a little something right here.
Um I sang a lot since I was a kid, like in the choirs and stuff, but I never was like I'm going to do this forever. Like
Yeah,
this is who I am. I never really thought about that. And then I was in like the musicals, and I was in theater in high school, and I really enjoyed that. And then when I graduated high school, I didn't know where to go. I wanted to perform more, but I didn't know where
yeah,
or how to do it.
right, right.
And some friends were in a band called Root City Band, and I basically weaseled my way into that band by just showing up to every single gig ever and just being like a featured guy on some of the songs. And
So
then I did
cool.
that for years and years and sang, harmonies with the other guys and did all that stuff. And then the lead singer, Alex Rossi, he was going to move to New York City to try to do his own music things by himself for a while. And everybody was freaked out in the band. We are like, what are we going to do? Is the band done? What happens now?
Right.
And I was already sort of working on my own first album. And so when he left, that's when I really was like, well, now I'm going to try to put
Just
out this album. And
go alone. Yeah.
yep, that was about 2006. And then I got lucky and met Mark and JoJo from Wookiefoot because they saw me perform. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Is history.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Okay, well, I mean, I know that you really just came out with this new album, hilarious and epically legendary. I mean,
Hmm.
this is a new album that you just came out with this last year. It's like 11 songs. Tell us all
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I wanted to, uh, I don't know, I wanted to make a comedy, funk, R&B, soul album. Like I, I've tried to find if somebody's already done that yet or not. And I don't think anybody's really made a comedy soul album before. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought I'd try to do that.
I don't think so, man. And it's so good. I was showing like a bunch of my friends about it like today, yesterday, and stuff, and they
Nice.
just had a couple people rolling on the ground about that bad internet friend, man. That's just probably the best song ever
It's
for
true, right?
just
But
like
it's
what
like
we're
such a
going
truth.
on through right now. Like it's just it's
Yeah.
just really relatable, man.
It's it's the truth. Every song on the album is like, you know, they're all dumb and corny, but they're all
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like it's just like the titles are great, like too, like Beige, Funky Baby Song. And I was actually dying when I first heard Beige because I live in Arizona and we have a beige house. So I was like,
Yes.
oh yeah, cool.
Like
So
75% of people have a beige house, I think.
yeah, so it's just great though, man. I mean, what really? So like you said, funny like comedy soul. I mean, you've done so many different genres of music, and everything is always funny. Like Jack and Coke,
Mm-hmm.
just everything in general. So it's like I know you're hilarious, and your humor is just super extra and everything. So like, what like really makes like you laugh, and like what like inspires you to write these songs?
Oh man, I like corny stuff, man. I like Weird Al Yankovic. I like
Served him tacos in Denver. Yeah,
oh
it's
sick, dude.
hilarious. Yeah.
I'm not so much of a star. I don't get freaked out by celebrities, but I think if I met
Mm-mm.
Weird Al, I might get a little sweaty and nervous.
Dude, it was weird. Yeah, I was awkward.
I would bet I'd be so awkward. I'd be like, "Hello,
But yeah.
I like like a lot of your songs."
But yeah, so I mean, as him being an inspiration, like what else? Like, I mean, like
It's funny because it's like him and like James Brown and like the Beach Boys and Outkast. So like if I could mush all those people into this little diamond, that would be
dude,
the ultimate.
like all great groups. Yeah.
Yeah, just funky and soulful, but also total turd sandwich weird stuff at the same time. Like the songs, the goal for the new album is to make songs that were so dumb. Like the topic was so dumb, but the production value was so good. Like to
Right.
combine that, like Tenacious D. I want to be the
Oh,
Tenacious D of soul and R&B.
yes, dude, and you're nailing it at that. That's like literally
Thank
now
you.
that you say that, like that's 100% of what I think of it as well because they're
Yeah, like
hilarious.
Tenacious D. You're like, this is so awesome, but it's also so stupid. I love, but it's like my two favorite things.
Yeah, and because like a lot of people don't really like listen to like the songs like right away, like at like a live show and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, they're just jamming and stuff, and you're like, wait, what did he just say? Like, did he
Yeah,
just like yeah? And
yep.
so I think that's where you really catch people, and like especially like I don't know if you even still do it or not, but like back in the day, you put the glove on and you did all that stuff, and that was
Mm-hmm.
like super fun, and like really what catched you, and like all your just tunes have been just such a hit. So I mean, I mean, they're fun and funny. Um,
Yep. Trying to keep it weird, right?
yeah, absolutely. You got to keep it weird. So, I mean, I know that you have some stuff coming up, we'll get to in just a minute, but it looks like you maybe were just in Disney
Yeah, I was in Disney
doing
World,
some
not for a
stuff.
gig. Well, actually,
No,
it
not
was
for a
for
gig.
a gig.
Oh, it was for a gig.
It was for
Okay.
a gig. I was in a friend's music video for a group called Cypress Fire,
Oh,
and they shot. Well, they made a new album, and they asked me to be a feature on a song,
okay.
and that was fun. The song is called "Introvert's Anthem." It's basically about being at a party that you don't want to be at, and
Been there, dude. Been there.
right. And I was like, "This is great," and I did a verse, and the song was great. So, and then they shot a music video at a mansion on a bay
So
in
sweet.
Florida. And so,
Sick.
since I was already getting a free trip down there and a free place to stay from that, I just said, "Hey, we'll bring my wife and child,
Hey, we're
Bree
going.
and Frank can go see Disney World for his first time." And it was awesome.
Frank, love it. I can't wait to meet him. I've just kind of heard some little tidbits of songs with him on there and stuff like that on the new
Yeah,
album and
he's
stuff.
on.
So
He's
that's
a little
really
cameo.
yeah, that's pretty awesome. So, and then the other thing was that what were you just playing like Wisconsin and you were doing a late checkout or something? What happened with that?
Yeah,
Oh my
a
god!
cleaning lady at the hotel recently in Wisconsin, a 70-year,
Had to
I
say
think about a
something.
70-year-old. Uh, she seemed like she was maybe Middle Eastern or Indian woman. Just walked right in on me while I was after I got out of the shower because it was checkout's 11, but I still
Yeah,
had about 10
for you.
minutes. It was like 10:50, and they come around and just knock on the door super
Yeah,
loud to see if they
just
can get you to
yeah,
get out of there.
right.
They're like, please leave the hotel so we can clean it.
Just get
Please let
down.
us do our
Yeah, just
jobs.
get out.
Yeah. And so I said, yeah, like, yeah, I'm in here. But she didn't hear me or whatever because she just went right in the door. And then we just locked
Just
eyes for like a full second. And I
oh
was
my
like, hey,
god,
what's up?
that's
She was like,
so.
oh my God, so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay, it's okay.
Uh,
And then
you're,
she
you're
just
like, wait,
left.
no,
She
hold on,
bailed.
just hold on. No,
I was like,
that's
hold on,
so
let
funny.
me get a selfie so I can post this on social
Yeah,
media.
right. It was great. I was just scrolling the other day and I saw it and I was just like, oh my god, of course that would literally happen to him as like one of the funniest people in the world and probably embarrass you a little bit. When you get caught, it was like, oh,
I didn't even care. I was like, this is,
yeah,
I felt worse for her.
that's
Like,
awesome, man.
you know.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I mean, just a little bit of our history, man. I just want to kind of throw it back a little bit. I mean, I've been seeing you since I lived behind Nutty's North in Sioux Falls. I think that was probably one of my first shows I ever saw you
Nutty's
at.
North.
Oh my
Nice. Does that
gosh,
place
yeah.
exist even still?
It does. It's still there, but I don't know what it's called. So like I know
Yeah.
it's there. But man, I mean, we spent some cold winters going into that basement underage. Uh,
Hmm.
going to going to watch it. I think I was probably 20. Yeah, like when I was living there, and I just turned 21. And but yeah,
Nice.
I was always like, oh my god, like I gotta go meet this guy. He's so amazing. And you're just like we're a regular dude in the crowd, like after like your shows, and that red beanie that you were always wearing. What was that?
Yeah.
Like yeah, it was always super iconic. So I was always like, dude, and then started hanging out with Lunar Funk Theory and just hanging out backstage more and more and just talking to you and then meeting Angie Lamb and stuff and Kathy and all those guys and kind of following
Mm-hmm.
the festivals around. And me and Kathy had that pizza party at the one front of your show. I don't know if you remember that in Nebraska, like 10 or 11 years ago, right before I moved to Colorado. And that was like one of my big send-off moments where I was like, all right, these people, like I already know that they're my family, but I mean, it was just such a blast to have like you as a send-off to me moving to Colorado.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. So, but yeah, so I mean, what favorite song, like, what's your favorite song to perform? Like, what do you love singing like the most?
Right now, it's probably I Bought a Bat. I think that's a funny one and like a real.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's easy for my throat to sing those notes like in a good range. I wrote it like obviously for myself to sing it, and it's just nice. It's also the only track in the whole album that has like a serious moment in it in the middle of it.
Okay.
Like the bridge is really serious,
Right.
and yeah, so I think that's cool to sneak one little nugget of
Nice.
open up my heart for just a couple seconds and then just shut it right back.
Right. You're like, just take a peek. Nobody can see. And that's
Yeah.
awesome. Like, and that's why I love, like, this is why I started this is kind of, like get you guys' takes on like your songs and like why you play the stuff you guys play and like, your set lists and stuff. Because I know when you're like writing a set list, it's special. Like, like you're playing this song because somebody might be there, or this and that, or, like you're not just being like, hey, I'm playing this song, that, and that. So leads me to my next question. Like, what, drives you to make a set list? Like, what, like for each show, it's not like just, I know every time is different and everything, but kind of just like, overall, like what is kind of going through your head when you're doing those set lists for different shows?
Actually, I almost never make set lists. I usually like 99% of the shows we just wing it. I usually know what I'm going to start with and then
Okay.
see,
Well,
and then
that makes sense because you're kind of by yourself. Tell recently, and
yep.
so
With the band, I've been making set lists because you need to do
yeah,
that.
yeah. And I bet that's a little bit of a different change for you to kind of
Big
follow
time.
drums and stuff. I mean, I know you've played with other people and stuff all the time, but probably in the studio, it's probably like, whoa, this is just a little bit different.
Yeah, especially live with a band. It's not something I'm really used to. It's what's a good example? It's kind of like when I was alone, it was like having one pistol, and I was really good shot with the pistol.
Yeah.
And now, but the pistol can only do, can only kill one guy.
Right.
Now it's like the band is like two bazookas, and it's way more power, But I don't really know exactly how to like control it exactly yet because I've only done a couple
guy when
shows.
he takes off his glasses, like and just like destroys everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. totally
No, that's
Cyclops.
so yeah. There you go, Cyclops. Sorry, added those. But
Yeah, so I'm getting used to it. I've really only done it like a handful of times, but we just did a really big show at the Fitzgerald Theater, and we recorded it with 5 cameras, and we did all the audio
nice.
recording. So we're going to turn that into a concert film,
Okay.
which is
Perfect.
coming up hopefully by the end of like February.
Oh, did you hear that? End of February. Look out. So that's gonna be
Concert
awesome.
film, yeah, with the band and the dancers and the costume changes and everything. It's going to be good.
That's so good. And was that like was there people there, or did you guys just do it for filming only?
Yeah, we sold tickets. We sold
Oh,
almost
okay, cool.
500 tickets, I think.
Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome.
It was
And
good.
that was in Minneapolis or where, Wisconsin?
Yeah,
What did you say?
St. Paul at the
St.
Fitzgerald
Paul
Theater.
and the Fitzgerald. Okay, hell
Yep,
yeah,
I
man.
kill Reed Grimm with a sword. It's
Oh
great.
my gosh, that's
You
so
got to see
awesome.
it.
Yeah. If I could have, I love Reed Graham. He's such an amazing man. It's so
I love
fun.
Reed Grimm too, and it
We've
was
had
really
so
great.
much
Really
fun
a
together.
privilege to kill him
Like,
with a sword.
that's amazing. I can't wait to. I might have to like reincarnate that if I see him at Shang or something like next or at Harmony Park and just write like heat box on it or something. And yeah, that'd be funny.
Please
Okay,
stab him with a sword
well,
that says heat box.
yeah. But so what's the this is a good one. I've been kind of waiting for this one too. So what's the most trouble you've gotten into playing music?
Huh. You know, I'm usually pretty good. Like
On record.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good. I think that's one of the reasons why I've had such a long career. So I
That's
don't
fair.
have a history
Absolutely.
of like
Yeah.
screwing up your
No naughty
hotel room or your
stuff.
festival
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But the most trouble I ever got in, well, okay, so back in the day when I was like 20, 21, I was a single young buck ready to mingle and was getting off stages and meeting all kinds
Right.
of chicks and stuff. So
Right.
I really made a couple of girls really mad by sort of, just being a young turd sandwich and like jumping around from lady to lady, and they
Of
would
course. Okay. That's
they would
pretty
find out and
typical.
confront me or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, that's
I also
pretty
got
typical.
busted for weed one time driving through South Dakota
Oh yeah, that'll
because I was
happen.
going like 3 miles per hour over the speed limit, and they pulled me over.
So stupid. I'm from Sioux Falls, so I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave me like a $500 fine, so that sucked.
I was gonna say you weren't at Great Bear when everybody else went to the big house, were you? And like useful and all that. No, you weren't there. I don't think. Yeah.
No, they didn't take me to jail either, which I was lucky.
Oh wow, no kidding. That is lucky.
Yeah, they're basically like, here, you can pay $500 or go to jail, and I was like, oh, okay.
Here you go, sir.
Here's your yeah.
And back then, that was like all of your money that you were like traveling with. Like,
oh yeah, here's all my money from the last 2 shows. Thanks, jerks.
So stupid. Well, and speaking of shows, I know we got the big one coming up this weekend. Hotel Minnesota. That's coming up the 19th through the 20th at the Crown Plaza, Minneapolis West in Plymouth. You guys have some pretty big stuff going on there. Like, there's Nerdy, the Pat Down featuring people from Useful. You got Big Zach. Who else? Push and Turn. There's tons of people, and Mark Joseph. Obviously, I think I'm doing a show with him too. This right before this happens, so we can try to get double stuff going on for you guys. And I know Chuck Hughes is going to be there doing some painting for you. Love him. Love all the Harmony people. Yeah, I love Chuck. So tell us all about Hotel Minnesota. Where can you get tickets? Where is it at? How much? All the stuff.
It's super awesome. First of all, I think it's like the 5th year that I've been a part of it. It's been cool to watch it grow, and it's so fun because the whole thing is contained within the one hotel. You never have to go outside. There's like 3 stages. There's like a little bar side one, which is actually my favorite one. Then there's the big main stage, which is great, and then the side stage, which is also great. But like, I feel like the most intimate, silliest, interesting times happen at that bar side one, the creek side they call it. And it's great because you go see.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Creekside.
By the creek of drinks. And you can go, party and go to the shows and things. And at any time, obviously, you just walk, for 5 minutes to your hotel room and take a nap or whatever you want to do.
Absolutely, that's great.
It's so fun.
Yeah, can we just evolve into all festivals being at hotels?
Yeah, it's like that's what you've always wanted, right? You've always wanted to just be able to go take a shower and a poop whenever you want to, but
literally
now you can. That's great. I actually don't know the price of it though, but
Oh well,
if you
whatever.
go
It's fine.
to
I sorry, I don't want to put you on the spot. It's cool. I'll put the link in. Don't worry, guys. You can get
yeah,
tickets if you're
Hotel
still.
Minnesota,
Yep.
Google it for me.
GTFS, man. Google that shit. um, but no, it's probably gonna be a good time. I've never actually been up there. I know that I've been really wanting to because it's been, everybody that I love is there. Christina goes up there and everybody all the time. And I would love
It's
to just
really
get
cool.
goofy and weird and stupid with you guys up there. I mean, I remember when we did the Lunar Funk New Year's Eve show down at the Holiday Inn downtown. That was just wild. We got kicked out of
Hmm.
that place. Yeah, it was crazy. So I can only imagine. But yeah, I mean, are you going to be playing anything special for the show coming up? I know it's super cold. I mean, is there anything funny, anything that anybody can look out for? Or
That's the thing is that's like one of my favorite parts about it is that since I'm an artist at large, it's me and Alex Steele, the
I
lead singer
love
of
him,
from Roster McCabe. Also love
Rooster
the Alex Steele,
McGregor. Love him.
and we're just gonna. The best thing is that we wander around from band to band, and before like during their sound check, we'll usually be like, "Hey, what's up? You guys want us to jam in on a song? No big deal. Yes, no, no
Yeah,
big deal." And a lot of bands are like, "Yeah,
yeah,
come up
yeah.
during this song," and then we're like, "Great!" And then we just bring some shakers and a kazoo and get up there and see what the hell happens, and
Yeah.
it's
And
awesome.
that's what's awesome about you guys. You guys are so talented that it doesn't even matter like who you're with or whatever. You guys can just like look at each other, and I've seen it, and like it's just like magic. It just sparks. Like you're just like, yep, yep. Should we do that? And then you're just like, and you do your thing, and like it's
Yeah.
insane. Like so, like it's wild. So I don't know how you even have a voice anymore after the. I mean, you have just and it's such an impressive range. It's just unreal. So. Uh, but and who knows? Maybe those are lip sounds that maybe I don't even know what you're doing. So no.
I can't tell you. I'd have to
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
you.
it's a huge secret. So just use a different knife. But yeah, I mean, so is there anything else that is coming up that you're doing this year? 2024 is pretty big. I mean, everybody's got projects. Obviously, I got this podcast. I mean, is there a new album that you're working on? Any little leaks of anything before we have
I'm
to
gonna
go? I know we
be
got like 10 minutes, but
the big plan is to release the live music
oh, that's it.
concert from the Fits, then promote that, then try to get. We're going to be doing a little bit of touring with the full band in the Midwest, and really to try to use that movie to sell this show to the next level and try to tour a little bit more nationally
Right.
with the band. That's my big goal for
Okay.
this year. Make a couple more
Yeah.
music videos for the songs. There's already 3 music videos for the hilarious and epically
For your
legendary
album.
songs. Check out
Awesome.
Zipper Merge on YouTube or Facebook or all the
Yes.
things. Beige has a
Dude,
music
I
video.
literally just sing Zipper Merge every day when I'm driving on the interstate. Like, it's so
Yes, for
insane.
sure.
Like, it doesn't matter like how long it's been or whatever. I'm just like, don't you know how to Zipper Merge? Yeah, like it's like literally. Oh my god. So
Yeah,
that's
I don't know
awesome.
about where you are, but people in the Midwest are so bad about it.
No, and like here in Arizona, everybody drives like this, so you can't pass them. So they're just right next to each other, like
They just
bumper,
block
like
it. Yeah,
yeah, and like they're in each lane, so like you can't even like go around them. It's so bad, but
that's the
yeah,
worst.
it's so bad. All right,
God.
let's do one more of these questions that I've been dying to know, and so who is the most famous musician that you admire that really is like boosted you to the next level? Like, just been like, I got to do this. Like, that's like whoever you admire. Like,
Who kicked it off for me really was a dude named Rozelle. He was in the band called The Roots, and his big claim to fame was in the year 2000. He made a record called "Make the Music 2000," and the front of the record is awesome. It's like a DJ carrying case that's got the top taken off with all the foam
okay.
inside, and it's just his head, like with a microphone next to it. Like that's your
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
setup that you need for your show.
yeah.
And
That's
he does
awesome.
"If Your Mother Only Knew," where he
Yeah,
sings and
yes,
beatboxes at the same time.
yes. Dude, one of the first things I think I downloaded on Napster, like, if your
Yes,
mother only knew, it
yes,
was like, and
yeah.
like, dude, just crushed it. Yeah,
We
dude,
listened to
that's
that a
so,
thousand times, and we were like,
dude,
"What?" So then we were all beatboxing, and like basically just mimicked him when I started, and then got weirder from there. But yeah, on
that's
the
so
shoulders of
dope.
giants. So he's
Dude, it like totally makes sense because like I feel like now that you say that, that song and a lot of stuff that you've done like on stage that I've heard really like coincides and goes together, and like it's you've really perfected it. Like honestly, like I mean I've cried at a couple of your shows.
That's
Like,
awesome.
you know, like yeah, absolutely, buddy. Like I mean it's just been, you know, it's and it's everybody. It's like, you know, the place at Harmony, like, you know, it's a, you know, being around all your friends and all the people that just kind of keep coming back, you know, every couple of times a year. And you know,
Mm.
it's just, you know, it's just awesome that you can come on to this show, that I could reach out to you and you're just like, hey, yeah, let's do it. And I appreciate you just coming on and just being awesome and yourself, and you know, keeping making music weird.
Yeah, right, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Well, I mean, if there's anything else that you can give back to our audience, as in like what's the best advice you could give or be given, you know, like that, you know, like so to other people, other fans that you think that would like to hear from you.
Yeah, if you want to hear more from me, go to heatboxllc.com. That's got links to all my other things. So there's the tour, you know, and there's the merch, and there's the blah blah blah. There's the
Yeah.
Facebook and the Twitter and the SoundCloud and the Bandcamp and the Amazon Music and the iTunes
And the video games and
and the
everything
video
else.
game.
And like, so we didn't even touch on that. There's so much more. Maybe we'll have to do another one and just, you know, bust into the video games, and because that's a whole nother level, bud. And
Yeah.
I need to play it. You know, I haven't really gotten a chance. I'm not a huge gamer. I suck. I know. But I really am bad at video games in general. I can't even play like Grand Theft Auto. I like literally, it's just, I don't know what it is, but I can't play
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah. There's a lot
But
of
last but
buttons.
not least, man, we speaking of your tour, we got to just like drop some stuff for you. So obviously, Hotel Minnesota is going on the 19th. Right after that, you are you're driving, flying, whatever you're doing, over to Spearfish at the I don't even know how you say this, is the Chinook Days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you're doing February 8th with Mark Joseph at the High Noon Saloon in Madison, Wisconsin. That should
Oh
be pretty
yeah.
cool. Hell yeah. And there's still tickets all for this stuff, you guys, right on his website. So there's also the 9th. You're going back with Mark Joseph in Des Moines, so a little run with him. So that should be
Yeah.
pretty fun. And then you're doing the 23rd at the Power Ups and Hall Fargo Brewery. That should be a good one. All the beers in Fargo. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer for you guys up there than, you know, negative 55. So
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Jesus.
And then last but not least, you're doing the second night at the Power Up again. And is this a chain? So this one looks like it's going to be in Colorado.
No, the Power Ups is the name of the band.
Oh, the Power Ups is okay. It's just sorry, I can't read very well. But yeah, so
Heatbox and the Power Ups.
Okay, right. And that one's also going to be in Bismarck. So if you're in North Dakota, 2 nights of that, guys, not too far away from each other, go do that. But again, I really appreciate you being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, if you haven't, like, subscribe, all the stuff to the festival connection. Same with Heatboxes. Follow his stuff on Facebook, everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, GameStop, Steam, all the stuff. I really appreciate you. Absolutely, man. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Good luck with the podcast.
Thanks, dude.